Hello Aquarius, welcome to your monthly tarot reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is for the month of February 2023. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with these cards and use your own intuition to go beyond just what I'm telling you, okay? Remember that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And first, we have the Universe or World card, the 21st mystery of the tarot. Let's put that into some context, all right? And see what else we've got going on. Some nice, interesting energies today. All right, for our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card, we're going to be using the Antique Anatomy Tarot deck. This has been pre-shuffled, so we're going to take one card from somewhere in the middle, and we're not going to look at it until the very end of the reading, Aquarius. So stick around, and we're going to see how this might tie the reading together or give us the confirmation that we're looking for at the very end. Okay. So we've got some water, some earth, fire, and some major arcana. We've got some air, some earth, and some major arcana. So it looks like we have a pretty decent balance of things. It looks a little bit heavy in the earth department, I would say. So I'm kind of feeling like there are some practical things that need to take place this month. A real kind of focus on taking all of our ideas, all of our energies, and creating something with them, bringing them down to manifestation, really solidifying plans, turning plans into actions, right? So that it can create the kind of result that we're looking for, you know? So we started out with this Universe or World card. I think that you have a real cooperative spirit this month. I think you're the type of person that really does get along with everyone. You know, I feel like you're someone that can really just kind of fit in anywhere. And you have, I think, a lot of friends, maybe not the closest friends possible, but you have a lot of like associates, friends, acquaintances. You're someone that really does like to network. You know, I feel like you are very adaptable, that you can really mesh and harmonize and resonate in any situation. And I think this has brought you a lot of success, a lot of like freedom in your life, you know, where you could kind of just go anywhere and you would just become comfortable very quickly. You know what I mean? It's something that you've probably always been able to do that, where you've just, in any kind of situation or circumstance, you would just find a way to just like blend in and be yourself and be charming, attract people to you, and really fit in and kind of resonate with whatever set of circumstances you're in, you know? But I also feel like with this, there's a little bit of this, a little bit of isolation in the midst of all of that activity, all of those groups of people, all that kind of, I don't want to say popularity, right? But a little bit kind of like that, you know, where you get along with everyone, though you may only have a few close friends, right? So you do value the quality of your friendships over the quantity, but you still have a quantity of it too. You know what I mean? So I think that this is really... this is the energy that's coming forward this month. And for some reason, we'll see when we go through these cards, how this is going to benefit you this month. Okay, how this character trait that you have is going to be very useful this month. All right. Now, what we see crossing your path is this fire sign person. I don't know if this is someone that you already know, someone that you are maybe yet to meet or encounter. It could be that they are coming into your life this month. But I think that they're going to have a very, very active and excitable kind of energy. They're going to come at you with this really enthusiastic demeanor. Okay. Now, I don't know yet if they're bringing a message, if they're bringing some kind of a new business opportunity, a new career opportunity, if this is some kind of it feels to me like this person's going to be a link to something else. Okay. And they're going to be an unexpected link. Okay? So it's someone that you probably would not think of as being a very important person in your life, not someone that you really are going to feel a super strong connection with. But you're not going to dislike them either. They might just kind of come off as a little bit annoying to you. Okay. Now, I don't know that they're a fire sign. I see this fiery energy. I feel this kind of immaturity about them. So I feel like they're going to be just kind of hyper and a little bit annoying, like they don't know when to kind of quiet down and simmer down and, take a breath. So they're going to have this very fiery, very excitable energy. And I think they're going to be younger than you, or at least they're going to feel like you're going to feel like they're kind of immature or like a younger soul than you. Okay. But in some way, this is going to be that one connection, that one link that's going to bring about some really positive changes in your life. Okay. So let's keep this person in mind and see what they might be the link to. All right. But before we do that, let's go to the recent past, because in the recent past, I see some of this hermit energy. Excuse me. I think that there may have been in the relatively recent past, maybe the last few months or the last year, I guess, there may have been some kind of an illness going on with you, or some kind of a need to isolate, maybe a quarantine kind of situation. I hope that's not the case. If it was, I hope that you are back to 100% health, which from the looks of these cards, it seems like there are no current health issues, but again, I'm not qualified to provide any kind of medical advice. We could look at this from a health and wellness point of view, but I think in the recent past, there was something that sort of forced you to isolate a little bit and take on some of this hermit energy, this hermit mode. Okay, which is kind of a big change for you, because I see you as someone, again, with this world card, this universe card, someone you like to be out there, You could be one of these people that really don't like to be home. You like to be out in the world doing things. You like the outdoors, you like the adventure, you like meeting new people and networking and just living life, So in the recent past, I feel there was something that kind of forced you to isolate or quarantine. Could have been something very innocuous, like you sprained your ankle or something, and you had to stay home for a couple days. Something like that. It could be you got the cold or the flu or something. Something minor that I do feel like you've recovered from. But I think that this gave you a little bit of a break. It was almost like a forced vacation for you. With an injury or an illness, you were forced to stay home, but it was kind of good that you took that break and that you did stay home and kind of recharge your batteries a little bit, get in touch with yourself again, and I think that's kind of how you utilized that time. I don't think you just kind of idled it away on Netflix. At least not 100% of the time. I think there was a lot of introspection, a lot of meditation that went on in that period as well. I don't think it was a very long period, but I think that it was, maybe a week or two at most. Could have been just a sprained ankle or something like that. Just put you out of commission for a few days, right? But that was a good thing for you overall, right? There was definitely a silver lining there, because it allowed you to reconnect with yourself and to kind of understand where you want to take your life now. Where are you headed in the future? Okay. Before we get to the future, though, let's go to what's down beneath the surface, and this is some more of this fiery energy. Okay. I don't know if there are some issues still lingering with you with maybe an overbearing maternal figure, or it could just be like a parent or an authority figure in general. It could be an older sibling, it could be an aunt or an uncle, grandma, grandpa, it could be mom or dad. But I feel like there's this underlying issue with you of this kind of overbearing, maybe an overprotective authority figure in your life. Maybe the person that raised you didn't really let you out of their sight, wouldn't let you go out and do things. And I feel like this is still kind of an issue with you. Like it's still something that maybe on an unconscious level is part of the motivation for you to be such an outdoors person, such a like a popular person, someone that likes to go out and meet people and do things and have this freedom, because maybe when you were growing up, you didn't really have a lot of that kind of freedom. They kept a close watch on you, wouldn't let you go and do a lot of things, So I kind of see that this is still, like I said, it's still something that is or was lingering with you. Maybe during this hermit mode, you were able to have a little bit of a breakthrough with this energy, this issue, and maybe made some headway, kind of understanding this and integrating this aspect of yourself. But it's interesting how this energy, right, relates to this, what we're calling the fire person that's coming into your life this month. It could be that they really remind you of this person, that there's some quality about this person that feels the same as this authority figure, this mom or dad, aunt, uncle, someone that had authority over you when you were younger, okay? It could be that these two people, now I don't think they're the same person, but I think that you recognize in this current person, you recognize some similar energy from here, right? So it all kind of ties together for you. And I think that might be what you notice about this fire person right off the bat. That's what kind of strikes you as kind of strange or a weird synchronicity about them, okay? Is that they remind you of this authority figure in some way. But that is what you need to look out for, because that's how you're going to know that they're the link that we're looking for, okay? That's how we know that they are the kind of the key or the doorway, or that one link to this future manifestation that we're really looking at. Now, above everything, we have this Eight of Cups. This, I think, is talking about your struggle to find meaning in your life and purpose, and that real soul connection that we're all looking for that, But I think part of the reason why we are so outgoing, let's say, and so keen on exploring the world and networking and meeting people and probably traveling and really taking advantage of this freedom that we have, okay? The reason for that partly is because of this person, this parental figure, this kind of energy. But then it's also because you're on this spiritual quest for purpose and meaning and connection, really meaningful connection. Like I said before, you have a quality over quantity attitude. I think you know a lot of people. Like a ton of people, right? But you're only really close with a few of them. And that's what you're looking for. Those kinds of relationships. Those needles in the haystacks of the universe, right? That are going to really connect with you, that are going to mean something. And through that, I think, is the finding of the purpose and the really deep connections, okay? So I think you're someone that definitely searches for that. I think that there's this pessimism that kind of washes over you once in a while when in whatever circumstance, you become acutely aware that these connections are not easy to make, that they're not a dime a dozen, that they're kind of a rarity in life. And I think that this awareness hits you sometimes and causes a little wave of melancholy or pessimism, And then we see that in this card. This is the Eight of Cups. I was told in a comment that I need to show the cards more, so bear with me if I seem like I'm overdoing it for a while here. But anyway, so I think that this all plays together. But the really good news, the future kind of event that we're looking at, is this Ace of Discs. Now, it's difficult because with this card, I can't pinpoint exactly what is going on. But this fire person is the link to this planting this new seed for some manifestation of something. It could be the perfect investment, the perfect job, career, employment opportunity. It could be the absolutely ideal situation that you can imagine for yourself. If you're on a career path, if you're like on this search for like your perfect, I don't even like to call it a job or a career really, because it's like that purpose in your life, that passion, that connection that you feel, that just happens to pay the bills also. Okay, and that's kind of what we're talking about with the Eight of Cups. You're looking for that. You're looking for your place in this universe where you have the most connection, the best kind of fulfilling experience. And that fire person is going to be the key, the link that's going to create this opportunity for you. Okay, now it's not going to be directly related to them, but it's almost like when you're talking to them, you're going to kind of see out of the corner of your eye that big glaring sign that says go this way. You know what I mean? So it's not, they're not the ones that are pointing you in the direction, at least not knowingly. But it's through your interaction with this fire person that you see the sign that's pointing you down this pathway. Okay, and this is that place for you where you have the most potential, the most meaning and connection, and this is the that first step to that terrific manifestation, right? We talked at the beginning about how with all of these earth energies, it's really about taking all of your ideas, all your energies, and manifesting them, finding practical ways to fulfill all of these things, right? Take them from the abstract and put them into the concrete world. Well, all of this energy is going into the concrete world, and it's through this doorway, this seed that you're planting, this opportunity. This is the sign above that door that you need to take, okay? And it's coming by way of this fire person that you're going to meet. They're going to be the ones that, again, kind of through your interactions with them, you're going to see this sign over that doorway, and you're going to know that's where you need to go. And what is down that path? Well, let's find out what is down that path or through that doorway. Okay, so we're going to go over to the path of the serpent now. I want to remind everyone that the tarot cards are always correct. Okay, I don't care who you are, what you're doing. The tarot cards that you pull or that fall out of the deck or whatever, those are the right ones. Those are the ones that we're meant to see. Okay, but as the messenger, as the interpreter, I can't always associate each of these cards to your exact circumstances. So that's why I ask you to connect yourself directly with the images and the energies of each card. Use your own intuition to go beyond just this, what I'm saying, Okay, so your general energy now is one of tremendous gain. I think through this doorway, you're going to be realizing this power that you have to manifest your goals and your realities, right? With all of this energy on the path of the dove and all of this, with this, especially the universal world energy, right? And I'm sorry to backtrack, but with all of this energy, it almost is the feeling that I'm getting like it's kind of a wandering around. It's kind of, not in a severe way, but it's a little bit kind of aimless. It's a little bit wandering. It's a little bit scattered and unfocused. You're just exploring different things. You're living life. It's almost as if the journey is more important to you than the destination. And it's almost like the connections that you're making, the people that you're meeting, that's more important than where you're actually going. Do you know what I mean? So it's not that there's a lack of focus. It's just that your focus hasn't been on manifesting concrete, concrete goals and achievements and successes in the physical realm. It's more about the experience for you. Right? It's more about the meaning, the connection, the heart, the freedom. And now we're transitioning through this doorway. You're going to see the potential for you to really manifest all of these qualities, skills, and talents that you have. You have the ability to manifest these in a very tremendous way. We see all of this earth energy on the path of the serpent here. And this, I think, really is you finding that focus, finding this pathway, and that is the pathway to this kind of more focused future, this more concrete manifestation and success and satisfaction and fulfillment, right? Taking all of these energies from the more abstract or more subtle realms and really turning it into a concrete life, a concrete lifestyle, business, success, and this real satisfaction. Okay, so we've got the 9. And this is showing me that there's going to be a transition now into this phase of really working to create something tangible, right? Really now kind of focusing on the destination a little bit, or just having a destination, Okay, knowing exactly where you're going, that path that has heart, that path that has meaning and fulfillment. Okay, but you know where you're going. It's kind of like there's a focus now. You've kind of narrowed it down, and you have a destination set, and then you have to enjoy the journey getting there. And that's where all of this 9 energy comes into play, because this isn't the destination. This is still just the journey. Okay, so now we have that journey in mind. We're not obsessing over the goal, over the results, but we know where they are, and we know how we're going to get there now. You know what I mean? So we're transitioning into this general energy of more focused on these kind of practical things, these manifesting these energies. The next card that we see is a 2 of discs, so more earth energy. And this one is in terms of your environment. And I think that this is really going to see a major shift in your environment, right? It could be like the real settling down into one area, settling down into one job position, career, one path. You know what I mean? It's kind of taking a lot of this freedom that we see with the world or universe card, a lot of that kind of wandering and exploring. We see that kind of changing now to a more central home base kind of thing. You know? So I think your physical environment is going to be shifting. And I think that this is going to be a little bit uneasy for you. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge. It's going to seem like disharmony to you, you know, and it feels a little counterintuitive. It's almost like a restriction, or you're going to feel like there's a little bit of something, this energy, this path, or you know, it's kind of tying you down a little bit, right? So you're going to resist that, I think, because you're used to this freedom, you're used to this energy that you have now, but the environment is going to change, and you're going to have to, again, which I think is one of your major talents, is adapting to the changing circumstances, okay? Because you're going to see the end of the path, you're going to know where you're headed. We're going to have to adapt to this new focused energy, which is going to feel a little restricting, maybe a little suffocating, when your environment begins to change, okay? But let's go now to the next card, Hierophant card, more earth energy. This is a card that is talking about your association with this larger group of people, okay? And like I said with that universe card, I feel like you have a lot of networking already. You've got a lot of connections. You've got a lot of, you're a popular person, right? You've got like a lot of phone numbers, a lot of people that you could call for help, or for opportunities, or for, you know, anything that may come up in life. You know a lot of people. But this card is also about narrowing it down to those few people that are like the core connections that you have, right? Your core group of people. And I think that this is kind of, this is where the environment is changing as well. It's almost like you go from this really, really wide environment, really open space, really just kind of freedom to wander, and, you know, lack of focus, lack of direction, to now everything is changing, and we're not moving around as much. We're settling in one place. We're settling with a team of people, a smaller team. You know what I mean? So we're kind of going from the really large and wide and open and abstract, and we're just kind of narrowing it down to a little bit more of a centralized kind of living thing. Okay? And now I don't know what this path is. You know, I have no idea really what you are focused on, what your passions are, what your work is going to be. Even looking at these cards, it's not really giving much of a clue. It could be something related to healthcare, physical health, mental health, something like that. Because of that Hermit card, I'm getting a little bit of a vibe there, but I think that's probably more related to your injury or illness that caused the kind of that isolation. We've been over all of that. But this card is talking about you reaching out to these select few people to really make this thing happen. Okay, this is the group, this is the team that you need to assemble to really get this thing moving. Whatever this work is that you're doing, okay, this is the small group of people that's going to be very crucial to the success of things. And there's going to be some real leadership qualities that come out in you. I think that you're going to have the opportunity to really demonstrate your knowledge, your skills and talents to really manage this thing. You know, I see you in a strong leadership role. This is let me show it. This is the Prince of Swords. And this is a strong leader. This is someone who is very good with these kind of management things. And it's really, I think, going to be your team that you're assembling. I think you're going to be at the forefront of whatever this path is. You're going to be like leading the way. You know, and this may be something that you're not so used to doing, right? But this is the opportunity for you to really step up and to develop these qualities even further in you. You know, I think you have the qualities naturally, but I just think that you've maybe have chosen not to do that. You know what I mean? Like in the past, you've chosen not to take any kind of leadership roles or management or supervisory roles. I don't feel like that's your vibe. But I think it's going to be now in this context where it's your path, your business, perhaps it's your work. And so you're going to feel this desire to be the leader, to direct things, to manage it, and to be responsible in your part for the success or failure of this path that you're on. But I really feel like with this ace of pentacles or discs, I feel like you're really setting off in a very specific direction that has a lot of potential for success. Okay, but let's go to this mystery card. This is from the Antique Anatomy Tarot deck. Let's find out what this could be. Maybe some more earth energy, probably some earth energy. Yeah, so we've got that 2 of coins, 2 of discs or pentacles. Again, really beautiful card. Again, this is the Antique Anatomy Tarot deck. This is really just kind of doubling up on this 2 of discs energy that we started out kind of with on this path anyway, path of the serpent. So I feel like your life is going to really just kind of flip. It's going to go really from like black to white, like day and night. All of this kind of freedom and I don't even really know the right words to express the kind of change that we're talking about here. You know, we're going from that really wide open and free, very generalized kind of energy to a very specific path. And this is that specific path. You know, we go from this really, really open kind of infinite field of the universe or the world, and we're just choosing one particular path in that larger universe. And that's going to be really like black and white, night and day for you, and that's going to cause a little bit of anxiety, I feel. Okay, I feel like you're going to struggle against it a little bit. It's going to feel a little bit like a little bit like a straitjacket kind of, and it's going to be very restricting. And at first, I don't think you're going to like it. You're going to struggle against it. But again, this is your deal, you know. So you're tying yourself to this. You're committing yourself to this voluntarily because this is going to lead ultimately at the end of the road to even more freedom. You know what I mean? So you have to temporarily submit to your own will and discipline yourself and stay focused so that at the end of this period of time down the road, you'll have even more freedom and success because of your commitment, because you are narrowing your focus and you're disciplining your energy and you're staying committed, you know. But it's going to be something that you struggle against. And the 2 of Pentacles or coins is resurging again now because, you know, it's not going to be an easy thing to completely switch your life from one way of living into a different way of living. you know. So I feel like it really is a transitional month for you when a lot of this stuff is going to start happening. And I don't think it's going to happen overnight. You know, I feel like it's going to be kind of a gradual shift, which is going to ease a little bit of the tension from these two of coins or pentacles or discs. But it's still going to be a difficult transition, you know. But at least we have a few weeks to kind of let it play out and to adjust and adapt, which again, I think you're very capable of adapting to these new circumstances. It's just going to be a little bit different than what you're used to, you know, but it's well worth it. I really do feel like it is. We're going to take a look at the extended. If you want to stick around and watch the extended reading, click on the link that's right there. And you can have access to all of the extended readings for all of the weekly and monthly videos. This was your monthly tarot reading for February 2023 here on Dove and Serpent Tarot.